This is like my 5th introduction. So if this one doesn't work, then I quit. No, I'm just kidding. Hey guys, this is Oksana. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to talk about one of my absolute favorite topics, which is cultivating the atmosphere of your home. As you guys can see, my home right now is an absolute mess. My husband is at work, so we are knocking out all the cleaning for today. I think we've all seen it where somebody is posting this beautiful Pinterest-worthy home on their Instagram or whatever. They'll show you like the perfect picture, but then right behind it is like all the mess. And I just think it's so funny how we try to live this persona that our home is like this beautiful Pinterest home that's always sparkling clean. But the reality is that we all have homes that get really messy. I think when it comes to just setting up a home atmosphere, cleanliness for me is like a huge priority. Now I am gearing this more towards like a godly atmosphere, but I feel like anybody that's watching this can benefit from it. As a homemaker, you get to decide the tone of your home. For me, that is like extremely empowering, but also very intimidating because you get to decide how the home feels. That is such a wonderful responsibility. And if you're not satisfied with what you have currently, you will not be satisfied with what you want. For me personally, I have a Pinterest board of home inspiration of things that I want to do for my kitchen or my living room, but the reality is I probably will never have those things. But I know at the end of the day, those things are not going to satisfy my heart. And I know that at the end of the day, those things are not going to really change the dynamic and the atmosphere of my home. Really how I set the tone of my atmosphere, especially as a Christian household, is how I invite God's presence into the home. I'm just going to give you guys kind of a couple of things that I do. And again, it's not an exhaustive list. I think that's how you say it. Would Jesus feel welcomed? Would he feel cherished? Would he feel adorned and loved in this home? Another thing that I ask is, what am I sensing in this home? Like, do I sense chaos or anxiety or stress, or am I sensing just frustration? Those are all things that I feel like really point to what's happening, kind of like the bigger picture. When my husband and I have a lot of tension, a lot of times, not every time, but more times than not, I notice it's because of the dynamic of our home. I notice that it's more dirty, cluttered. Maybe we've been so busy that things have just kind of been thrown. And I notice that once we just kind of stop and clean our home and just kind of like reset, we immediately just feel the atmosphere shift and we both are like, oh, we feel so much better, like just the weight being lifted. Because I think at the end of the day, we can all agree that the home is basically a place of belonging, kind of like a safe haven for the majority of us. And again, not everybody has this opportunity, but I am more so speaking to those of you that are homemakers that do have a home or a space or a room or something where you are the ultimate host. And I know this might kind of sound weird for those of you that maybe aren't religious or whatever, but at the end of the day, it's just so important on how we steward the things that we have been given to really evaluate, like, are our homes clean? Are our hearts clean? Has there been sin? Has there been compromise? The home should really be a place where your family feels different than how they feel out there in the world. So something that we do practically is we have worship playing in our home. We also just start our mornings with just worshiping together as a family. Sometimes I'll have just the Bible on audio or podcast or something going on. I think sometimes just letting it play, you can feel a difference in the home. Another thing is allowing your children to see you spending time with God. So allowing them to see you read the word, allowing them to see you pray, or when you get frustrated, being like, oh, I'm sorry, walking out that life of humility and repentance and inviting them into that place. Another thing is when the seasons change, we change with the seasons. I love to bring in the holiday colors and the holiday themes, but once the holiday ends, the decor ends. Another thing practically is inviting people over. So whether they live with you, just times of people coming over and spending time in your home. It's just such a great way to practice just the heart of servanthood. It's just so important that whoever steps into your home, that they just feel that sense of belonging or that sense of comfort. Your home really does reflect eternity at the end of the day. So how you function as a family unit, how you portray God as a parent or as a spouse, those are all things that exemplify the heart of Jesus in the home. So for me, I noticed that it just changes so much of my perspective and my outlook. And it's not always easy, and a lot of times it's a battle to fight for that, but it's a worthy battle. There's different seasons, right? Like if you're going through a lot and you don't have time to clean your home, don't think like, oh my gosh, God's not going to show up. You know, like there is seasons and there's grace and all of that. But I'm speaking more to just a day-to-day when you're in a place of creating this home of cleanliness. It should really be a priority of keeping order and just maintaining those small habits, like cleaning the kitchen before you go to bed, or unloading the dishwasher in the morning, or doing a load of laundry a day. Basic small things that kind of keep the load small so that you're not ending up overwhelmed. And two, like with the cleaning, like you guys are seeing, I always invite my son to clean with me. Like, yeah, he maybe doesn't create the best end result, and sometimes I have to go back and clean twice as long, but I know that one day he will know how to clean, and it's something that we're going to be able to do as a family. And it's not like mom cleans while everybody else just relaxes. Cleaning is something that we get to do as a family. It's an honor, even though we don't always like to do it. It's something that we get to do together by serving one another in the context of the home. That is kind of everything in a nutshell, but a really long nutshell. But thank you so much for watching. I hope that this inspires you and encourages you. I will see y'all next time. Bye.